Apple Vision Pro was just released to the world, and to the excitement of some and the indifference of others, there's no denying it seems to have made AR and VR the current hot topic.
I'm walking!
But if you're not part of the 1% that can afford such a product right now, then you might want to look to cheaper alternatives. Now, that's not to say that the Pico VR headset is a proper alternative to the Vision Pro, not at all, but it is a budget headset with some minor AR capabilities, and as a bonus, it somewhat looks the part of the Vision Pro. This is a low-end product in a high-end market, so let's see how it stacks up in use, and importantly, in the unboxing.
Interesting. Little pearlescent color scheme. Oh, okay. Let's just take a look at the front. You can see why it kind of resembles the Vision Pro. It's very, very similar. And the reason I bought this one in particular is not just for the design, but also the price. This is just £300, which for a VR headset is actually not bad. Meta Quest 3 is, I think, about £400. Yeah, so this is one of the cheaper ones, and it's got good reviews as well, so I'm really interested to see how it performs. But importantly, this is the unboxing channel, so I'm really interested in this unboxing. And already, just the size of it and the way the wrapping is and the pearlescent on the top, it already feels like a premium feeling product, at least on the outside. So let's dive in. Is there a little pull tab? Because if there is, I'll be so happy. Not really. Just gonna have to brute force my way in. And just scraping the box. Cool. Out here on the unboxing channel, we love a good unboxing, and this is... Look at that chunk in this box as well. It's just absolutely solid. It's all cardboard as well, which is fantastic. So just a wee pull tab. Yeah, a little pull tab here for the... Oh, so many layers. I love this. Okay, that is something. This looks like to be covers to go over the eyes. I assume you can do replacement ones because they probably get kind of grotty over time. What is this? Oh, it's our documents, okay. This is going really well so far. Yeah, a little PNG of the Vision Pro next to these, and you can kind of see why. I'm really hyped to try these out. Okay, and these are the controllers. I've never actually used a VR headset, so these controllers are quite new to me. So is this left hand or right hand? I don't know, man. VR, never used it. Awesome. And these feel great as well. Nice and clicky, tactile. Very, very impressed so far. So let's test it out. But first, of course, let's have a look at these scores. And I have a feeling they're going to be pretty high for this one.
Oh, this unboxing was near perfect. You saw it yourself. It was interesting, elegant, fun, and the only actual negative I could find was the plastic wrap covering the whole thing. The rest of the packaging, being entirely paper-based, is just incredible. Leave your thoughts on this unboxing in the comments. Did it deserve this score? I'll admit, I'm quite new to the whole VR experience. I've never been a massive gamer, and let's face it, that's pretty much the only reason to own one of these things at the moment. Maybe the Vision Pro will change that paradigm, but for now, gaming is where it's at. The Pico headset has a number of games built in, most of them being simple sports games or vehicle simulators. Robin and I had quite a lot of fun in particular with a game called Warplanes, even if it was kind of buggy.
Do you read me, Commander?
And as built-in games for a budget headset go, they weren't terrible. And on that note, the headset came bundled with a number of interesting experiences, including some quite frankly awful 3D animations. From exploring the frontiers of Pandora to sitting in a poignant scene from Shrek, of all things. What?
You cut me deep, Shrek. You cut me real deep just now.
Another one put me in the first-person perspective of Super Mario, which sounded fun. But it was a rather overstimulating experience, which I can only describe as psychedelic. To be honest, I think these were terrible. They were meant to be fun experiences to showcase the capabilities of virtual reality, but in reality, no pun intended, they weren't immersive in the slightest, and quite frankly, they were very, very cheap and a little bit sickening.
Yeah, so I'm currently in a space panorama view, and I've got, 3D model of Earth, and then there's a guy speaking to me like his documentary about space and stuff. And it just feels like it's a really cool concept. Like all of these 3D experiences in this are really cool concepts, but the execution, and I just think because the hardware inside this thing isn't super powerful, it just feels, I don't know, a little bit naff.
Oh, now we getting somewhere.
Oh, for the love of Pete.
If it was more powerful, if it was a step up, it could be something really immersive and really cool. But combined with the slightly lower resolution, it's just got a kind of a naff aspect to it.
So we turned to YouTube VR. And while that had the obvious capability of showing virtual reality video, the downside was the app was borderline unusable. There were many moments where we attempted to press a button, or scroll, or move the window, and the hand controls would just do their own thing. They would not behave, sometimes wouldn't register, and very often register false clicks, making it a sadly frustrating experience. So much so, we gave up using it. A while later, I figured out that instead of using the usual trigger controls to select anything, you for some reason had to press the A or B buttons, and even they wouldn't work sometimes. Sometimes the controllers would switch.
About 30 square kilometers, so it is barely visible on...
And just while we're on downsides, the obvious caveat to a VR headset this cheap is the resolution. You can see the pixels, and again, I don't have much experience with virtual reality, so I'm not sure what the norm is, but you can very much see the pixels on screen. You can filter them out if you try to ignore them. However, for me, it was to the point where nothing felt believable. Virtual reality is meant to be an escape, and this didn't provide it as seamlessly as I'd have hoped. On the flip side though, the eye padding blocked out light sufficiently. It's comfortable to wear, and there's a built-in motor to adjust the distance between the lenses in your eyes, as well as an adjustable head strap. And to my surprise, I was able to wear the thing without having to take off my glasses, which is hugely important. You really can tell that Pico have tried here to make an experience that is somewhat worth your money. The way they have presented the headset is second to none. You saw the UnboxN score, it was near perfect. The build quality of the headset is rather good as well. It's stylish, as are the controllers, which are also comfy and sturdy. And the whole system is very responsive and snappy. The games actually played quite well, despite their lackluster graphics. To my pleasant surprise, this headset actually has camera pass-through, making it even more akin to the world of AR that we're apparently marching towards this year. However, the only reason I could find for pass-through existing was to let you know that you had stepped outside the VR boundaries, which you set up on first boot or if you change your layout. There was no actual augmented reality features that I could find, which is probably just as well because the camera quality was nothing to write home about. However, it does make me wonder if the price of this thing could have come down even further if they just dismissed the cameras altogether. The head tracking and play boundaries, though, were all basically perfect, and for the most part, they never lost track. I'm quite impressed in that regard.
And now for the main course, the All-Star Bundle. Bam! Did you catch that? It's time to show the galaxy what humans are made of at an unreal 50% off.
So, do I recommend this? Given that the closest competition is the Meta Quest 3, owned by Meta, and after that headsets cost $600, then $900 and beyond, if you're a novice to VR and just want something to pass the time, nothing serious,
Oh, there's a person there.
then yes. For the low asking price, you're getting built-in games, excellent head tracking with no base stations required, a very good build quality, and an unboxing experience second to none. But if you're a bit of a resolution snob, or want proper immersion on a device that doesn't run a heavy Android mod, then you'd probably be better off saving for something a bit beefier, like the Valve Index or even a Meta Quest. Could this ever stand up to the Apple Vision Pro?
No. Of course not.
That being said, this is an excellent entry-level headset, even if the built-in experiences aren't all that great.
Look, I'm not the one with the problem, okay? It's the world that seems to have a problem with me.
If you ignore the less than ideal resolution and allow yourself to be immersed in the virtual space it provides, you won't regret buying it. And again, I have to give props to Pico for really trying to make this a special experience. This is the UnboxN channel after all, and first impressions are everything.
I'm really hyped to try these out.
So when your box is sturdy, well designed, and enjoyable as this was to open, you're going to make a pretty amazing first impression no matter what your product is like. And thankfully this one wasn't half bad. And if this video left an amazing first impression on you, then please go ahead and like if you like it, subscribe if you feel like it, and I will see you in the next video in a couple of weeks.